Hey, hi everyone. Just wait for a few minutes. Okay, we just started, right? So let's give more 5 minutes to folks. Okay, so that they can join. We'll start in 5 minutes. Fine. So meanwhile, what we can do is like let's have an introduction. Okay. Meanwhile, they will join and we can proceed. Okay. Okay. So before I introduce myself, okay, let's have a little bit of introduction about uh, two lines. Okay, from all of them. Like what are you doing, where you're working, okay, are you fresher, are you experienced, are you trying to switch a technology, anything about 2 lines about yourself would be great. Okay, to proceed. Anyone would like to go before I introduce myself? Yes, anyone would like to introduce yourself? You can unmute yourself and you can.
Hi, this is Manoj. So I was a DevOps engineer. I worked as a DevOps engineer in India for 2.5 years, and then I moved to USA for masters. Now I'm done with my masters. Now I applied for OPT. So now I want to update my skills. So that's the reason I'm joining again.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
My name is Sukumar. I completed my master's in advanced data analytics. So right now I'm in my OPT period. So I just want to improve from my skills in DevOps engineering from basics from as a beginner to expert. So that's the reason I choose this demo session.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else would like to go? Okay, never mind. Fine. So so coming to my introduction. So I am the trainer for this complete DevOps and AWS. So my good name is Sagar. I train here completely the DevOps and AWS course. Okay. There's no other trainer who will be in between this training. So coming to my experience, I have total 10 years of experience in this field. So I started my career around 2015 as an intern to Wipro. Then I moved to a company called SAP Calidus. Okay, I worked there around 8 years. I worked there around 8 years, and now currently I'm working for Mastercard. Okay, I'm currently working for Mastercard. So in my free time in the early morning sessions, I just provide this training. Okay. So I worked on all the three various clouds. I worked in AWS, that's my primary. I also worked in Azure and GCP. Okay. Apart from that, I worked in multiple and various DevOps tools, okay, across the various domains. Right. So that's a brief intro about myself. Moving on for today's agenda, right? Okay. So the time would be limited for us. Okay. So in that limited time, we would be covering your DevOps overview, cloud computing, AWS cloud engineering, industries using your DevOps in AWS, and accelerating career in DevOps and AWS, right? So, so here, as the time is limited, like mostly we will be using PPT. Okay, we'll be using the whiteboard as well, but okay, as the time is limited, so mostly we'll be concentrating on the PPT side. Okay, so but the regular sessions, what happens? Okay, regular sessions, what happens in a daily basis? So it's all the architecture diagram. So we implement architecture diagrams, the flows architectures. Okay, so whatever it can be AWS, it can be DevOps. So whatever you learn, we implement the complete AWS architecture. Okay, and then we work on the notes. So completely we work on the notes, because the notes are very important part of this. Why? Because anything you learn, okay, you you require notes. Why? Because this DevOps is going to be for next 10, okay, at least 10 to 15 years, you're going to be with the DevOps in the industry if you start. Okay. So that's the reason whatever we do it, okay, we do the practical plus theory both, so that practical will help you in your day-to-day activity once you go inside a company, and theoretical will help you to crack the interview. Okay, so both are covered as part of this. So daily 1 hour, whatever we do it here, that 1 hour, okay, if required, we'll extend some 10-15 minutes here and there in case a topic is required on the daily basis, but we don't extend it. Mostly it will be 1 hour, where half an hour is theory, half an hour is practical. And whatever you do it here, everything is recorded, including your projects and everything. Okay, it's in purely notes. We'll be writing in notes. Second thing, we'll be using a whiteboard. Okay, so there are much more diagrams again, which we'll be doing it. Okay, just to clarify, because like PPT reason for bringing is because the demo is okay limited for me. That's only the reason, right? So before we move more into and hope you guys got the agenda also. Okay, so this agenda would be like, we'll have your overview of DevOps, okay, then your operating system in detail. Okay, we'll be stepping towards the Linux operating system, because that is a mandatory for your DevOps in AWS. So your hand should become free. Okay, and then we have version control system. Okay, behind every tool we have scenario based questions and interview questions prepared. Then you have Maven tool, then you have JFrog, SonarCube, okay, then you have Ansible, okay, then you have Docker, Kubernetes, okay, etc. Things we have kept it here. You can just go through the syllabus. Even we have monitoring stack, where we have kept the monitoring stack. You can go through the monitoring stack here. And then we have your interview resume preparations. Okay, we'll help you in that in case folks need it, but there'll be a session definitely. Okay, interested folks can join. We'll be having this, and the people who are already experienced and they want to move from one domain to other domain, yes, that is also can happen with your resume. We can do that activity, and whatever you learn here, everything is shared, okay, including your nodes, diagrams, everything that will be in your drive, which you can download it. Okay, even in case you are not available on the day, you'll get a recording where you can just go through and reach out to me in case you want to clarify any of the doubts. Okay, let's move on. Before we move into the DevOps part, so what exactly is a prerequisite? Because there are few things which need to clarify. Very first, guys, time and patience. Remember that time and patience is very important, because DevOps is one of the digital course. Okay, one of the digital technology. It's not just a IT course. Okay, you can just not treat it as IT technology or something. It's one of the digital technology. Why? Because it is treated in one among the top 5 to top 10 technologies. If it's listed, you'll find your DevOps over there. Okay, because that is demanding in the market. Okay, and second thing is that, okay, the salaries of DevOps is very high, as well as the opportunities are growing. Okay, opportunities are growing day by day for the DevOps, because industry is demanding this course. Industry is demanding this DevOps course. Okay, and cloud is however is demand in the market, right? And then basics of Linux and shell scripting. So basically you require your Linux basics, but don't worry, that will be covering here. Okay, we'll be covering till the advanced. It's not just basic, we'll be covering till the advanced of Linux. Okay, and also shell scripting, which is required for uh, automation. So little bit of automation of your activities, manual activities, we'll be doing it here. And then anyone is passionate, anyone is passionate to start their career, they can start here. There's no prerequisite. You don't require any of your prior knowledge. Everything you're going to start from the scratch. Programming knowledge is not mandatory at all. Okay, so we don't need a programming. We don't need to learn programming. If you want to add a secondary skill, you can go ahead. Okay, you can add Python to it. You can add a Go language. You can add your Java to it. You can add your any of the front end components. Depends upon it. If you want to add a secondary skill, you can add it, but programming is not mandatory, right? And then graduates, undergraduates, backend developers, web developers, non-IT people, anyone can attend this program because there are people from different streams who want to move to DevOps. Yes, they can easily move it. There's no hard prerequisite. Then moving on, DevOps with AWS cloud model. So these are your respective models which you have it. Okay, respective models which you have it here. Okay, and in this there'll be one more module which will be adding here. Yes. Okay, adding here is monitoring. Okay, so monitoring, where you'll be learning about the monitoring tools. Okay, we'll be spending some time in learning monitoring tools. Okay, so that monitoring tools will be learning it here. You'll be learning some monitoring tools as well. Okay, that is where you'll be learning it. You'll be having monitoring tools which you'll be learning here, and here you'll have your JFrog because Nexus is little bit outdated. Okay, that's why we're learning JFrog Artifactory. That is alternative to that. You'll be learning here. Okay, that you'll be learning here because Nexus is outdated now. So these are your course. Okay, outline where you'll have in 6 modules. In this introduction DevOps world is like more over walking you through the process, the what different SDLC life cycles they use it. Okay, what is the benefit of DevOps and etc. Overview of DevOps will give you some idea. Okay, and how the industries use this one. And from module number 2 is what exactly you start working on the practical part. Okay, first you learn module number 3, module number 2. Then either you start with 3 or 4, doesn't matter. Okay, both are individual, and then go with monitoring. Okay, then we have 5, and this will happen like bi-weekly times. I'll be taking in between the sessions. You'll be having this one. Okay, so that you middle of the course you start preparing your resume and start applying for the jobs. Okay, now moving on. Course outline, you have this tools which are like 15 plus tools. In the stack itself we have 8 tools. Okay, like we have like Grafana, Prometheus, Alert Manager, we have ELK stack and etc. things, right? So all these 15 plus tools which will be spending here. Okay, this one. So because all the tools frequency is not same, guys. Some tools are very big, some tools are small. Okay, so though you'll be using the complete 15 tools, doesn't mean that all are in the same frequency. The learning frequency is up and down, right? Because some tools are very small. Okay, it will take limited time. Some are little bit medium, some are little bit big. Okay, so that's the reason you can easily start that tools and you can easily learn it. And then we'll be doing some 6 projects hands-on here. Okay, and these projects are not in the end of the course. No, in between only, like as soon as you complete 5 tools, basic DevOps tools, we'll be starting it. As soon as you complete little bit of infrastructure of AWS, we'll be starting a project. So in between only, like whatever the daily hands-on you do, at the end of the module, you'll be doing some projects so that you'll get a hands-on, you'll get an idea that so that whatever tools you learned so far, what exactly I'm going to do with that tools, what will be my day-to-day activity, what a client will require. Okay, what kind of architectures or what kind of a flows my company uses to deploy or to build a software, right? Okay, how they deploy to customer environment, what level of automation they prefer. So all that things I'm putting in the 6 different things where you'll be putting your hands on over there. So what are the knowledge you gained it so far apart from a daily practice, you'll be putting your hands on, you'll be putting your hands on. That is how we have prepared it. That is how we have prepared this one. Okay, that is what we have prepared your sometime. Okay, so all your respective tools will be using that and will be having some time. Okay, let's come back. Okay, so that's an overview. Okay, a prerequisite. Okay, which we gave it. Okay, now let's move on to the DevOps. So I'll take some 10 to 15 minutes of time, guys, and then I'll open up. I'll just take 10 minutes of time. Okay, I'll just give introduction. I'll give you 10 minutes of time, and then we'll go for question and answers. Okay, and then few topics that I'll cover, and then we'll go for technical diagram. Right? So people will be mostly interested in technical diagram, but we have to cover this prerequisite. Okay, let's come back. So what is DevOps? In simple terms, what is DevOps? What do you think? What is DevOps? Yeah. Who is this ops and who is this dev? Dev are the developers, ops are the operation people. Like means developers are the people who write the code. okay, who develop the code, and operation people are the people who actually build and deploy that code to the custom environments. Okay, so we are all like your system admins, your Linux admin, network admin, your cloud engineer, DevOps engineer, all of them fall under this operations. Okay, so what is this DevOps and why they brought this DevOps into market? What is the reason for bringing into DevOps in the market? Okay, so now let's come back. Let's come back. So, okay. So right from building a product till it goes live in the market. Okay, so that all falls under DevOps. Okay, right from building a product. So, for example, if you want to build a product, software. Okay, you want to build a product, software. Okay, or a website. It can be a software website or a product. It can be. Okay. Right from building the software website or a product. Okay. Okay, till it goes live in the market. Okay, it can be live or it can be a market. Okay, so it can be offline or it can be online, whatever the business you have. Okay, so right from building the product, okay, developing the product, testing the product, all that process. Okay, right from you build the product till it goes live in the market. Okay, whatever the process is between, it's called a DevOps process. It's nothing but your DevOps process. Okay, it's nothing but your DevOps process. So if you want to build a product, you want to build a software, you want to build a website. So whatever the process you see it, that is nothing but DevOps process. So DevOps has a lot of various life cycle of processes where you can go with the product building. Okay, so whatever you want to do in between to build this one and go till live, you do a DevOps process. Now come back. So in simple terms, DevOps is a process or a practice. So initially, DevOps came as a process. Initially, when DevOps came in the market, okay, it came in very early 90s, early 19, 2000, you can say, DevOps came in the market where it was a process only. There was no technology. DevOps never came as a technology, it always came as a process. So DevOps is a practice or a process where your operation, O for operation, okay, Dev for development. So ops and development. So it's a process where operation development work together, okay, to build a quality product. So basically, what was the goal of DevOps is they wanted to build a quality product, right from developing the product till it goes live in the market. DevOps wanted to build a quality product. That is the reason DevOps came in the market. Okay, to run this process, to run the DevOps process, they wanted a life cycle. Now, what is life cycle? Okay, what is life cycle? This is life cycle. So basically, if you want to build a phone, take an example of a phone. So what is the first thing comes into mind? It's a planning, right? We have to do a planning. What is the design of the phone? Okay, what feature it should have, what color, okay, what is the cost, okay, what timelines you have to decide that within these timelines you have to build a phone. So all that things you'll plan it, right? And then the build and code. So inside that, what kind of application, what kind of a software it should be there, okay, what kind of operating system, so etc. thing you do a build and of the phone. Then you integration, like the level of integration you do it. This the phone should connect to this, the phone should do a connection to your Bluetooth, or it should do a connection to your charger, or it should connect to your TV, or how this integrations will happen, right? And the level of testing you do it. And then how do you deliver this? Okay, how do you do the deployment of this, right? So entire process of building that phone, right? And then the feedback improvement is normal. You get the feedback improvement. If you see every year you're getting a different iPhones, you're getting a different phone products, right? Every day you're getting a new version of TVs, every day getting a new version of cars, right? So that is there. And the monitoring, as every product is getting monitored in the market, because they should give the customer satisfaction. So initially DevOps came as a process to build a quality product. To run the process, they wanted a life cycle. That means to run this product, they wanted one life cycle. To run this process, they wanted a DevOps life cycle. They wanted a DevOps life cycle. So life cycle will give you all the respective steps to implement those. Okay, so they wanted a life cycle. But now, where is the technology? I'm talking about process, I'm talking about life cycle. Then where is the technology? Okay, to implement this life cycle, they brought your DevOps tool. So right behind your planning, you have ticketing tools. Different ticketing tools are there, like ServiceNow, Jira, everything, right? Code and build, you have Maven. Okay, you have Maven, JFrog. Okay, all these tools are there. Then you have integration, like you have Jenkins is there. Then you have testing, your SonarQube is there. Deployment, Ansible, Docker, Kubernetes, Terraform, right? Monitoring, you have different stack of monitoring. Improvement, and this is fine, you have to do it regularly. So initially, DevOps came as a process. To run the process, you wanted a life cycle. To implement this life cycle in the market, they wanted your DevOps technology. That is how the tools came in the market. Okay, that is how your tools came in the market. That is how the DevOps technology came in the market, and that is what we are going to learn. So that is how the tools came in the market. So this is where, so initially DevOps came in the process in the market. Then slowly they brought a life cycle, and slowly the DevOps technology came, where you have the DevOps tools. Okay, various DevOps tools came in the market. Okay, but what was there previous DevOps? Before DevOps, what was there? Before DevOps also there was a technology called build and release. Okay, build and remember that whenever a technology is coming in the market, definitely there's a failure in the market. Definitely there's a failure in the market where you see the failure. You see a failure in the market. So that failure was build and release technology. Okay, and we were called as build and release engineers. We are called as not DevOps engineers. We are called as build and release engineers. Okay, this is where we called as. Now, why it failed in the market? Let's spend 2 minutes of time here. Let's come down. Let's take an example of traditional manufacturing company of the car. Okay, let's take an example of traditional process for a manufacturing company. Take an example. There's a company, okay, company which builds all the cars, a manufacturing company who builds a car. So there are traditional developments. There are people who are building all the spare parts of the car. Let's suppose the spare parts of the cars are being built by a development team. They're building the spare part, and then once they build a spare part, they are creating a documentation that how to fix a car. And that documentation is shared to the operation person. They build the spare parts and they gave all the process to this operation people. Now this what this operation people did is, okay, so he did all the documentation. He has all the tools to automate and everything. He did everything with the automation. Okay, he did everything. Now the car is built. It is started. They did a minimal testing and they gave it to the customer. Now what happened? This person built a spare part. These people attached all the spare parts and prepared a car. Car has finally started and they gave it to the customer. Now, customer started the car. He took the car. He went over 100 kilometers and the car stopped. Okay. Now, whose mistake is this? Is it the company mistake or is it a customer mistake? It's obviously company's mistake. If you see today's car, the level of testing, the crash testing they do it, the level of crash testing, okay, the level of testing they took it in the hilly areas, okay, they drive the car all over India, okay, so that they take the stability of the car, okay, they check all that safety measures and everything, so that the car never stops, okay, okay, and the customer should not feel. So car should give it. Today you see in the dashboard, right, it says start manually or it gives you like there's a problem in the dashboard. So everything is like properly given to the customer so that customer can understand what exactly is the problem and they can proceed with it. But olden days it was not the case. Okay, olden days cars, if you see, there's no proper stability, nothing is there. So that is the reason in the market this traditional dev and ops failed in the market. Okay, it's not only in terms of car manufacturing, any product failed in the market with the help of this. Okay, build and release technology, it failed in the market. So this traditional development and operation failed in the market. That's the reason they decided that why don't we take this dev and ops and bring them together to work as a DevOps process. Okay, they wanted to bring them as a DevOps process where they'll do a feature delivery, stability of shared goals. They wanted them to work together. Doesn't mean that they're working in the same technology. No, both are working their technology, but they'll work as a team to build a product. That is where they wanted this DevOps practice or a process to bring it together, where they wanted developer operation to work together so that business will run smooth and the end users will get satisfied. That is how the DevOps process came in the market. Okay, that is how the DevOps technology or the process came in the market. And today you're going to have that DevOps tool in the hand. That is where a DevOps came in the market. In simple terms, that is what your DevOps. Now, what is DevOps? We saw it. Now, who is a DevOps engineer, guys? Remember that we are not a support people. It's an IT professional course. It's one of the IT professional course where it's a digital technology. Okay, where you work with multiple teams. Okay, where you work with multiple teams, and here you do automation. Coding is done by development. You do the automation. That's the reason you're learning so many tools like your Ansible, Terraform, okay, your Jenkins automation is there. So all these tools you're learning it here, okay. So you're an IT professional and you should have little bit of soft and hard skills to proceed with. Coming to your roles and responsibilities. Here it's a full-time job. Remember that when you come to a DevOps, it's a full-time job. They're responsible for a production and ongoing maintenance of software application. That means here we manage DevOps tools, we manage cloud operations, as well as whatever the deployment you do. After that, what is the product you have deployed it? You will be maintaining that product. Doesn't mean you're doing code changes. You're just maintaining with the help of DevOps tools. Okay, with the help of DevOps tools, you should have CI/CD knowledge. So all the tools what you saw in the beginning is CI/CD. Your Git, Maven, SonarQube, Jenkins, all that things is CI/CD tools, and you should have any one of the. You should have any one of your skills like Azure, AWS, or GCP. So AWS is most leading the market. It came early 2006. That's why a lot of companies are with AWS. Azure, GCP is also coming in the market, but it is picking up now. It will take a little bit of time for Azure and GCP. It is picking up in the market. And then troubleshoot. Troubleshooting is most important thing, guys. Doesn't matter it's a fresher, it's an experience. That's the reason we have kept the syllabus according to almost 10 to 12 years of knowledge of syllabus. Okay, even the fresher or even the mid-range experienced people or the people are above 8 to 10 years will be learning this course, okay, equally. Okay, where you'll be putting effort of learning 10 years experience, guys, content, so that you can easily crack the interview, easily survive in the industry. Okay, and then knowledge of your cloud operations. Yes, we'll be learning the complete cloud operations. And analyze, design, and evaluate. Today, analyze, design, evaluate is very important because everywhere people are asking, okay, how is your architecture? How do your company designed it? Okay, how do you analyze that? Okay, how do you make automation in that? So this kind of a things will come across. That's the reason we have kept the how to analyze your process, how to design your architectures, and how to evaluate with the automation. So all the three we are keeping it here so that you'll gain knowledge out of it. Now, what is a DevOps? Who is DevOps? We came to know. Okay, what is roles and DevOps? Now, where is this DevOps used? Question arises. You are speaking about DevOps, but where is DevOps used? Have you ever thought? Where is DevOps used in the real time? DevOps is used in all these industries. So that means these are industries, not companies. Software is one industry. How many companies are there? N number of companies. Automobile is one industry where DevOps is used. Okay. Insurance is one company where DevOps is used. Okay. So all these places you have jobs. That's the reason I brought this into picture, that don't search only in software. Software is not only the world of DevOps. Okay. Software is not only world. Everywhere you have openings today. You have openings in banks, you have openings in healthcare centers, you are opening in government agencies, you are opening in banking, multiple places DevOps is used. Okay, these many places the demand for DevOps is there. Okay. Now, if you see, software is a company which has, every company has a website. Every company is going to build a software or a product. Yes. So they require DevOps. automobile industry, every automobile industry, if you see today, they have website, two-wheeler, four-wheeler, your commercial vehicles, right? And also they want a DevOps process to run their, okay, building a car process. Insurance, you just type in Google, the best website for the insurance or best insurance in the India, you search, you'll get a DevOps, you'll get your, what do you call it? The website to choose the insurance. So imagine this, every industry has a website, and that website has to be built by your DevOps. The website is built and managed by your DevOps. That is where we require DevOps. Okay. So, and then where is the, okay, before I go to that, just check this one, which all companies are making use of your DevOps. If the companies don't make use of your DevOps, there's no learning, there's no meaning of learning DevOps, because if the companies use your DevOps, only then you'll get a job. Otherwise, you'll never get a job. Okay, Microsoft, Google, Accenture, all these companies are using it. So check the details, which companies are using it, where they're using it, check everywhere. Okay, check everywhere and then take a decision. Okay, research everywhere. Okay, and then where is cloud used? How many companies are using? Netflix is using. Okay, because where do you think the videos are running? Netflix videos? Is it running in your phone or a laptop? No, it is actually kept inside your cloud, where the data is stored, and whenever you open an app, the data is fetched from the cloud and it is displayed on your screen. Okay, so everywhere, Disney Hotstar, YouTube, multiple places, research everywhere, right? A lot of companies are using this respectively. Netflix uses it, TCS uses it, MNC uses it. So research everywhere, guys, because research is required. Okay, though you are not in the career or you're not in the roadmap of DevOps, so research is very important, that where exactly you're going to make a footprint of your career. That is important. Okay, technology is secondary, you learn it, not a big deal. Learning technology is not a big deal, you learn it. It's just one technology, one course you can imagine out of a college. But research, that where I'm going to make a footprint. So these many places you have a footprint, where a lot of opportunity for DevOps. And cloud is very important because every industry uses cloud. Today you can sit anywhere out of the country, you can download your Aadhaar card, you can download your, okay, any of the required reports for the healthcare, right? If the hospital has a website, you can download it. You can order anything today. You can Swiggy, your Zepto, your Milk Basket, your Zomato, everything is there, right? So everything is online today. How it is possible? Because cloud, the data is stored in the cloud, where you can fetch and get you can get your order details anytime. You can get your order details, what you purchased in the recent last year and everything. Okay, that's all. That data is kept in the cloud, where a huge number of, you watch Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney Hotstar, YouTube, why not your Instagram, what do you serve the reels, right? Where are the reels stored? It's in the cloud. That's the reason whenever you connect to internet, you can connect to your app called Instagram, and then you can fetch the n number of videos which you wanted. So this is the place where you have to search the jobs. Okay, not just a software. Software is not just a world. Okay, there are higher salary paid in the insurance and banking. Insurance, banking, financial techs are the highest paying, because that is regularly required. Okay, people regularly use it. Okay, regularly use it, so that is required. It is required on a daily basis for people. That's the reason. Now, do you think this? What are the products built out of this industry is only used by us? Only we are using. We are educated. That's why using it. No. Today, if you see your Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney Hotstar, everything is used by even the people who are sitting in villages. They use your WhatsApp. So imagine that this complete industry is whatever they build, it is used by every person in the country. So imagine the population is using it, simple terms. Okay, if as the population grows, the demand for these products will grow, the demand for the industries will grow, and that is how the job openings are coming day by day. Day by day, there are job openings coming out of for DevOps and AWS, because as soon as the population is growing, the demand for this is growing. Okay, so think about real time, see in the real time what products you use, okay, how they are built. That will relate to your DevOps. That is where it will give you an idea how exactly your DevOps is working. Fine. So research everywhere and then decide. So research your salaries, research how much salary you're getting in India, how much salary you're getting in UK, how much salary you're getting in Canada. Okay, research everywhere and take a decision on it. Okay, then take a decision where you have the salaries, how much you have, what is the demand for it. Okay. How many openings are coming on the daily basis. This is in my location. Okay, it's in my location in my India, right? If you speak in your location, you'll get that your location kind of a jobs, right? So research everywhere and then take a decision. Fine. So I'll take a pause of some 5 minutes here and then we'll proceed to the next step. Okay. So I hope at least 1% you understood where DevOps is used. Okay. So research is important, guys. Forget about technical stuff. Technical stuff, how to teach, that will take care. We'll show you that and everything. I'll show you in the next part about the technical diagram, everything. But first thing is check that when you select a course or when you're already in a course, what is the next step you have to already you should identify, because journey is very important. In the software world, journey is very important. Journey should be very smooth. Once you decide this is the course where I want to be, so think about the next level what you, because it's not just you stuck with one salary. No, the salary should grow according to experience, and also you should have a roadmap till at least for next 15 to 25 years. Okay, because that is where, okay, maybe like mid-range people will be there around 25 to 30. So their next 25 years at least you should survive in the industry to proceed here. Right? I'll take a pause, guys. Okay. Any questions, any queries, any doubts? Any questions, any queries, any doubts? Feel free to ask.
Bro, I have a doubt, like, so while while we start the training, so
Mhm.
everything will be teached through AWS console, right? For example,
Yes,
if I
yes,
want to know about S3 bucket and
yes,
EFS storage,
yes.
so
Everything is AWS console. Everything you learn from AWS console, even a DevOps tools also will be installing inside a machine and then we'll be learning it. So it
yeah,
will both.
and one more thing is like automation using Terraform. Like
Yes,
we will be also running
yes,
those codes, right?
yes,
Terraform
yes.
codes
Yeah,
to create a virtual network and how
yes,
to automate a few things.
yes,
So, and we can also run Kubernetes, right?
yes. You'll be learning all that things. Okay, this is not updated. Let me show you that as well. Okay. You can find
Because like I already joined couple of training centers.
everything is there. You can go to, let me walk you through. Okay,
We
just
can
to clarify your
learn like automation in Terraform using
yes.
Kubernetes also, right?
Yeah, you can automate Terraform with Kubernetes. You can automate EKS. You can automate the complete EKS cluster.
Yeah, eGase
Yeah,
clusters.
you can automate your ECS. You can automate your VPC. So all the services you can automate. Okay, all the services you can automate. There's no restriction on that. Okay, so all that things you can automate it. Okay, so if you see here, you can automate everything. So whatever you learn the scripts, you'll be automating everything. Okay. So that is in the drive. You can see the modules, your provisioners. Okay. All that things you'll be learning here. Okay. You can automate all that stuff. What you wanted. You can write this one. Similarly, your Ansible. You're asking about Ansible. Ansible also you'll be learning it. You'll be writing the complete YAML files. It's not just a commands. You'll be learning how to write a YAML files. That YAML files you'll be automating here. Okay. End-to-end YAML files. Okay. So you can
So you will be teaching, no, bro, how to write this
yes, yes,
everything.
I'll be teaching it. And also your Kubernetes YAMLs. You're asking about Kubernetes YAMLs? Yes.
Yeah.
Kubernetes YAMLs also you'll be learning how to write the Kubernetes YAML. You can see the YAML files here.
Yes.
Here it is. You can see the Kubernetes YAML. You're writing Kubernetes YAML. So this is how the Kubernetes YAML looks. You'll be learning this Kubernetes YAML also, how to write the YAMLs with all the services. All the things are available. Okay, all the things are available. Okay, maybe the GitHub is not open yet. You can check that out.
Then
Here it is.
what about GitOps, bro?
GitOps also is part of. We also have GitHub Actions. We'll be learning GitHub Actions as well, where you'll be learning Argo CD and everything.
Okay. Because I know a little bit Azure because but I don't know about AWS also I know, but pretty much basic, like EFS storage, S3 buckets,
So
and
you'll be learning that also.
load balance.
Yeah, you'll be learning that also. You'll be learning both of them. GitHub Options is also part of this. Okay. GitHub also part of this. Just to clarify, where is it Terraform? Okay. So you want VPC, right? VPC automation is also here. You can write the VPC level of complete VPC is here. So likewise, like many services are there. Again, there is a different private repositories are there that will not open until you log in. Okay. So I've kept in private repository your YAML files, your load balancer, your Docker files, all that YAML files and everything are here, okay, which will be learning it. Okay, GitOps also is there where you're learning your GitHub actions, how to write the YAML files, how to automate that process right from the CI/CD process. You'll be learning it. In the Azure DevOps, alternative to Azure DevOps, you have AWS code pipeline. That AWS code pipeline also will be covering here as part of one of the project, because that is like after you learn DevOps tools and AWS services, then this will come. Your GitOps will come into picture, your AWS code pipeline will come into picture, because that knowledge is required there. Then only you can learn it. So that's why we kept this first 15 plus tools you'll be implementing here. And then I told you the projects, right? In that project, you'll be implementing that. Okay, you first you'll be learning the service, and then slowly we'll automate that process.
Okay.
Okay. Any questions? Any more questions? Any more doubts? Any more queries?
Yeah, hi.
Yeah.
So as a DevOps engineer, we can learn so all these tools like Terraform, Ansible, Docker, Jenkins, Git, GitHub, so Kubernetes, all these tools. But so in the security purpose, we are about to learn here SonarQube. So as a DevSecOps, DevSecOps engineer position, right?
So DevSecOps, okay. So
Yes.
DevSecOps doesn't mean DevSecOps as a tools. Currently in the market, the tools are not yet decided by the industry. They are just asking DevSecOps. But if you see, is anyone asking DevSecOps job for freshers? Have you ever seen? There's no jobs. Why? Because they want someone who can search DevSecOps and they can implement the tools for them. So currently in the market, there's no proper, you can say in simple terms, there's no proper textbook for DevSecOps. DevOps, you'll find a lot of textbooks or a lot of blogs there, but SecOps, there's no proper plan for it. There's no proper tool for it. There are a lot of tools, security tools are there. You have Treevee is there. Then you have like Aquascan is there, Fortify is there, Twistlock is there. These are all the scanning tools which you give. But what is the meaning of SecOps is what level of security will bring into the tools. So by default, every tool has a security. For example, if you say Kubernetes has secrets. How to store your secrets. AWS has its own secret manager. How do you store your secrets? How the sensitive information you can secure it. Okay. So you have this SSL security, SSL certificates. But problem is, in the industry, when you see the job description, they don't have a proper description for them. They are looking for a person who is experienced, who can implement this DevSecOps from them. So currently in the market, there's no SecOps. They brought SecOps, but actually actual syllabus is not there. You search anywhere, there's no actual syllabus. People will be teaching two tools. One is SonarQube and one is Treevee. That doesn't make any difference. Okay, that doesn't make any difference. Okay, so actual SecOps tools, there are a lot of tools and a lot of security. So SecOps is a practice. You can say in some terms, SecOps is a practice which they want to implement in on top of your Kubernetes and AWS. But at present, we don't have the exact set of tools what industry is looking for it. That is what the hard reality of it. People say DevSecOps, but hardly you find that what exactly they're looking for it. They say that implement security, implement compliance, but what security, what tools, what services to use, that is not there properly. So there in the AWS, we have WAF, AWS WAF. Okay, AWS, we have AWS firewall services there. Okay, AWS Shield is there. But problem is that is just a service, just hardly like 3 to 4 clicks, it will apply it. But what exactly are the tools required? That AWS is providing something that is by default, even Azure will provide, GC will provide. But exactly what required for DevOps? Because in the industry, there are two things. There is also a security engineer. If you know or you don't know, there is a security engineer job also in your company. Security engineers are there who are like, we call InfoSec team, information security team. So those teams are using the security tools. But as part of DevOps process, how to bring this in between your dev and ops, how to bring the security, there's no tools defined in the market yet. Otherwise, there should be always like by this time, we would have implemented DevSecOps pipelines. That's the reason, right? We are not bringing that into picture because exactly industry should bring first that this is what the SecOps pipeline is there, SecOps tools. Just one or tool, they'll add it, review on something, and they leave it. That is not the SecOps. SecOps is a practice, okay? Industry level practice, like how do you secure your application, okay? So that security practice doesn't have a proper tools yet. That is yet to come in the market. Still, if you have, just let me know. I'll bring that tools because there are a lot of different services are there. Okay, I'll walk you through that services also. I'll give you knowledge of AWS. In the AWS also, we will give you knowledge of Shield, Inspector, Code Guard. Then there is something called WAF, okay? And we'll be giving a knowledge of Trevi, we'll be giving a Sonar Cube. Then there is something called AWS AP dependencies, okay? Then there is a Docker scanning. In the Docker itself, there's a scanning called Docker Scout. So all that things will be coming across your tools. In the Kubernetes, we'll be learning Kubernetes secrets, okay? Okay, so all that things will come into place, but exact tools are not there. If you say that I have a set of DevSecOps tools, that syllabus is not yet prepared anywhere. You'll be putting security also. There is security also. Some part of security is there already in the DevOps, which you're already using it. But additional thing which you're saying is like I have exactly DevSecOps. When you say if you prepare a resume of DevSecOps, what do you put inside your DevSecOps resume? That is a question mark still. Okay, so if you speak about like that, there is also MLOps, Dev MLOps, Dev AI Ops. That is a future plan. In the future, they're going to bring little bit of AI into DevOps to automate the process. But completely a DevOps or something like there's no purely that AI tools, what you can fit into DevOps, what machine language you'll fit into DevOps. That is not right. Okay, move on. Let's go to the next question if you have anything. Yeah. That answers your question, or still you have any doubts?
No, for me that's my question actually. In AWS also we have some of the services like for
Yes.
security, and in the
Yes.
DevOps tools also
Yes.
we have Sonar Cube. But
Yes.
again they're asking DevSecOps, so I don't know why. So that's the reason
That
I'm
is
asking
just a
you.
security they have
So you
wanted.
explain
See,
everything. Yeah, that's good. Thanks.
when you say DevSecOps, specifically they're saying that you just work on security of DevOps, not as a DevOps engineer. You work as a security just to implement a security. In their company, in their product, they don't have security right now. So they want a person who already work on all these tools and they want him to work as a security engineer as part of a DevOps. That is what the requirement. Because when you go for a company, right? When you go for a company, it doesn't mean that you'll work on all 15 tools. You don't work on everything, right? Some company says, I use Ansible, I use Kubernetes, I use cloud, I use Git. You may get to work only on that. Some company says, I work on Docker, Kubernetes, and Terraform. You may get to work on that. Because the position matters, right? It doesn't mean that every person will work on all the tools, right? Some they will divide it like this people will work on this people will work on this people will work on this. Okay. So they divide it so that the work can be done easily. Okay. So it depends upon the company, the JD to JD, the whatever the job description you get for a company, you may get for the role. You will be learning here everything. You'll be learning here everything. But when you go for a job and when you go for an industry, there may be limited tools because company may not use all the tools. Some companies may use all the tools. Depends upon it. Again, that matters companies to company. Right? Okay. Any questions? Any more questions? Any more doubts?
How long will the session, classes, the course duration?
Course duration will go to 3 months. Okay, approximate 3 months. It's actually 2.5 months, but that 10 to 15 days I'll keep a buffer because there'll be a long weekends and everything. So 3 months minimum. You require 3 months to run this course because the syllabus is vast, right? But minimum 3 months we require.
So the
Monday
classes
to
are
Saturday.
from
Monday to Saturday. Yeah.
Okay.
Fine. Any more questions? Fine. Okay, let's go to the accelerating and then I'll walk you through the technical diagram. Okay. So accelerate career and DevOps with AWS. Okay, so very first, guys, remember that when you want to accelerate your growth, first gain the skills. It's not just half of the tools you learn and go. No, today industry is looking, even if it's a 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, or 5 years, they're looking for all the tools. At least they're looking for basic knowledge of all the tools. Okay, so first gain the skills and then go for a proper roadmap. So when you want to learn, there's a proper roadmap. Simply you cannot learn like that. If you see this, first start with Linux. Programming is for developers. Okay, so first start with Linux. Linux is very important, and then learn your DevOps. This is a DevOps process: code management, okay, source code management, your application building, CI/CD, deployment testing. So this is all your DevOps process, and then comes your cloud, and then your monitoring. So there are 4 things you're going to learn. So there are 4 modules here. Linux is one module, DevOps is one module, cloud is one module, and monitoring is one module. So there are 4 modules. So start with Linux, go with cloud or go with DevOps, anything is fine. Okay, and then go with monitoring. Okay, these are the 4 things you have to do module by module. Don't learn half year, half there. No, it doesn't work. Okay, and then certifications. Yes, you can do the certifications, guys. There's no restriction doing certifications. There are a lot of certifications. You can do a tool-level certification. Whichever tool you want to select the tool and do the certification. You say, I want to be a Kubernetes expert. Yes, you can do it. You say, I want to do oral tools of the master certification. Yes. Okay. You want to do a cloud. So there's solution architect, SysOps. Level 1, level 2. Okay. Level 1 is question and answer. Level 2 is the practical one. And AWS itself provides you a DevOps engineer professional certificate. Okay. So this is for the DevOps engineer. This is for developers because your AWS is not only for DevOps, it is also there for multiple services are there where developers can also use them. Okay, this is for developers, this is for us in case we want to do the certification. But I prefer do the certifications once you join, once you work at least for 1 or 2 years, and then you go for certification because the time limit is very like there's a time for the certification. It is valid for 2 years, some are valid for 3 years, some are valid for only 1.5 year. Depends upon the certification value. Okay, it is there because every time a new version of course comes, they will upgrade the certification, and that is not valid for you. The older one is not valid. So write it, but go and write inside a company because company will pay that amount for you. Company will pay the amount for you. Okay, they'll give you some coupons to write this one, right? And then look for the market high you want for DevOps. Okay, how much is the market? Understand the current market. Okay, research and Naukri, LinkedIn, search everywhere. Okay, check the details. Which company, how much salary is providing? Okay, which company, what benefits they're providing? Which company, what they're using it? Okay, research everything. Okay, see their JDs, understand the market demand, and then proceed with it. And analyze the huge market for AWS. So see the market. How many openings are coming daily basis? Okay, how many positions are coming? People are reaching till the manager position or not? So research, check the salaries, and then take the decision. So research everywhere, take the salaries and all these things, and then take your decision. That is how you will be moving on. That is how you will be moving on the industry. Okay, so have a proper roadmap. Check the salaries, research all the industries, how much openings are there, how much they are giving the salaries, everything, and then take a decision on this. Right now, moving the technical diagram. Okay, moving on the technical diagram. Okay, so we'll be implementing this technical diagram, but not now. Maybe in the right after introduction class, you'll be starting this technical diagram where you'll be understanding end-to-end flow. So we'll be giving you end-to-end flow of this diagram, how exactly your daily process works, the daily day-to-day activity, how you start. Okay, what is a content integration process? How do you do the content integration process, right? So what is the each level tool, every tool I'll explain in detail. First, I'll explain the process, how your daily work does, and then once you understand this process, then we'll be starting one tool in DevOps. First, we'll start with Linux. Then once the Linux is complete, we'll be starting with the DevOps. One tool I'll be going through one tool because I have to complete this flow. Every tool we'll be learning it here. We'll be attaching every tool with the Jenkins. We'll be doing automation. Okay, once we do the automation, and then we'll go with the other services. Okay, all the cloud services also will be covering it here along with your Terraform infrastructure service, and then your monitoring. So all this diagram. So first, like the initial after 1 or 2 classes, introduction classes, we'll be starting this diagram. So first understand the entire flow of your DevOps and your AWS, understand the work, what exactly every tool is there. I'll give you some high level knowledge of all the tools, and then you'll be proceeding with one tool, and we'll be completing this complete diagram. We'll be implementing this. Okay, just not drawing a diagram. We'll be implementing this diagram. How whatever you did in the diagram, everything I'll be automating as per the diagram. And this diagrams I'll break into 6 projects. As I mentioned, right? I'll be break into, if you see Kubernetes, how your Kubernetes deployment will done, how your check out Maven build, Docker build, Kubernetes build. How do you build the master and worker node? Okay, how do you scan with SonarQube? How do you implement JFrog? So all this entire pipeline will be building it. There are many more pipelines again in this which will be implementing. That pipelines, how do you implement with Jenkins? How do you implement with the GitOps? How do you implement the same pipeline with your AWS console, right? AWS code pipelines. So all that pipelines will be implementing here. So once we are in the course, once in the course. So, but we'll be starting this in your, okay, in your third or fourth class, we'll be starting this. Okay, this entire flow I'll be giving you, where first the initial class starts, your hands become free, then you're giving you the each and every tool in detail knowledge. Okay, one tool we'll be learning in detail, we'll be understanding. Okay, so every tool you'll be learning diagrammatically as well as, okay, theoretically plus practically. Okay, all that things. First we draw diagrams, understand the complete flow, and then we start learning the tool level knowledge, and then we implement the practice. That is also, first you'll be learning manually, then I'll teach you how to automate that process, because automation is very important, because like how developer does the coding, similarly you will be doing automation. Similarly, you will be doing automation with your Ansible, your Docker, your Terraform. Okay, your also have a monitoring tools, set of monitoring, say Grafana, Prometheus, Silent Manager, Exporter, Elasticsearch. All these tools also will be taking your implementation, right? Okay, so this, like, now even if I go in detail, you'll get like half knowledge only, because once we start the course, okay, once I have the introduction classes, and then we'll proceed with this one by one. Okay, because we have to implement this entire flow. Okay, it's not just drawing the flow, it's also implementation. That means we have to install the tools, configure the tools, put the application, okay, see the functionality of this tool, how it works and everything, and then we have to automate this process. Okay, so that is how we're going to learn it. Okay, because it will take other, if I sit one more, it will go one more hour. Okay, folks will not be there. People will, feel bored to listen this one. Okay, fine. Any questions, guys? Any questions? Any queries and doubts? So far, any questions? Any queries and doubts? Okay. So first thing, research, guys. Take your time. Research everywhere. Okay. Put effort where DevOps is used. How much salaries are there? Okay, because that is important. Learning a course, you learn it. Not a big deal. You learn the course. Okay, it's not a miracle. Like if you learn module by module, it is very easy. Okay, don't jumble it like half Linux here, half DevOps there, half AWS there. Don't learn it. So learn in a proper order. Okay, prepare your resume properly, and then go and hit the interviews. That is how you plan it. So journey should be very smooth when you start something. So step by step, learn module by module, implement that module. Okay, do the hands-on, learn the theory, do some projects, put that projects into your resume. Okay, create a GitHub, proper GitHub account, and put all the projects into there. Explain the GitHub URL properly. Okay, prepare your LinkedIn, everything, put in the resume so that people will identify you. So all that things also will be speaking, like what exactly your resume should contain, what weightage it should contain. So all that things also, your interview sessions also will be speaking in here. Right? Any questions? Because if I drive more 1 hour, it will be boring for you. Okay, that's why I just kept the overview part here. Technical diagram will start once we start the course. Okay, we'll be learning this technical diagram. I'll be giving you complete flow of each and every tool, where exactly works. I'll relate this work to the real time. I'll take an example of your Amazon or Flipkart or a Myntra or any other company product. I'll take it. I'll relate this complete flow with that, so that you'll get a real time knowledge that how exactly people use it, how exactly we make a change. Okay, how exactly development team works. Okay, all that flow, you'll get an idea that with which different teams, how many different teams you work here. Okay, what kind of work you're going to get, what is your day-to-day activity. So all that things will be dividing here, and we'll be speaking it, so that you'll get understanding that what exactly a DevOps engineer does, what exactly he does inside a company, with whom he interacts on the daily basis. So you'll get a knowledge of that. That is where this entire flow will explain you. A detailed flow will give you a knowledge about your work, your day-to-day activities. Okay, what kind of a task you get in the industry, what is your daily work, what automation you have to implement. That is where you'll be done. Right? Any questions, guys? Feel free.
So then you will start with the DevOps tools and then AWS services, right?
Yeah. For it depends upon it. First, we'll last start with Linux. Linux is very important for us. First, you start with Linux, make your hands free completely, and then we'll go with the AWS. First, we'll start AWS. Why? Because a little bit of console knowledge is required, right? How to create a machine, how to create security groups. Okay, so all that requires how to attach a disk, additional disk. So you require a little bit of knowledge of that. So first we'll be learning AWS infrastructure. Okay, AWS infrastructure resources like VPC, your load balancers, order scaling, everything. And then we'll go into the DevOps tools. And then I'll come in the last with the AWS services for the DevOps. There are DevOps services like EKS, ECS, AWS code pipeline, right? So that kind of a services we'll be learning it. Okay. So that we'll be learning with the DevOps, and AWS infrastructure will be learning first. Infrastructure is required. Otherwise, you'll not able to, create a machine, security groups, etc. things what you require, right? So that knowledge will not be there. So first Linux, then your AWS infrastructure, then your DevOps services. DevOps services both in the machine, how to install in the machine, as well as inside your cloud. Both will be. And then lastly, monitoring will be learning. Fine. Okay. Any questions? Any questions? Any queries? Any doubts? Are we good?
One last question.
Go ahead.
So, like, we will be learning like each and everything skill, right? So,
Yes.
so as you mentioned, like we will be doing some projects. So the
Yes.
last project, it's gonna be like everything included, like till now
Yes,
what
all
we
the
have learned.
tools, all the tools included. Whatever you learn somewhere, everything.
Yeah, as it related to the real time.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
Every tool will be part of project. Don't worry about it. Every tool will be part of project.
Because the thing is like here companies are asking about real time scenarios, everything they are
Yes.
questioning on because recently I had a one interview. So in that interview, like they just asking me some formal questions, but it is related to real time scenarios, like how for example the question is like how would you optimize the cost, like how would you reduce the cost for the company. So they just ask some basics questions. So he asked me to explain it in a real time way, how can you efficient the cost. So I couldn't get the answer, some good efficient answer to it. So that's the reason, like he asked more couple of questions which is related to real time scenario. So
Sure.
that's the reason, like I'm asking, like the concept with which we are learning, it could be related to the real time scenario, like using AWS console and everything, real time scenarios, right?
Yeah. We'll be talking about cost also, how to optimize the cost also, I'll tell you. And also the
Oh,
real-time scenario, like uh, where exactly it is used in the real time, like in, like for example, e-commerce domain or insurance domain or network domain, right? So we'll just talking
yeah.
about 3 different domains so that you'll get an idea about what exactly in the company it happens. Okay. So we'll be talking you to some scenario-based questions also. Okay. I'll be giving you that as well so that you'll get an idea like what exactly and what type of questions they're going to ask you.
Thank you.
Right? Okay, any more questions, guys, before I proceed? Okay, fine. Then let's take a pause, guys, here. Okay. Maybe okay, maybe you can connect for the first session once they inform you about the timings and everything. They'll inform you about the timings, and maybe we'll be connecting with that session. Right? Okay. Okay, fine. So just take, if you want, just take the syllabus copy with them, updated one. You'll get updated syllabus copy with them, and all the respective things are there in there. Okay, you can just go through those. Okay, fine. Sure. Let's take a pause because like already we spent 1 hour 15 minutes here. So I just don't want to drag it. Right? If you have any questions, reach out to the number in the chat. Okay, they will help you with the details. Okay, you can also see the demo videos also there in the YouTube. Okay, you just search career IT, you'll get like the even the architecture which I've kept it here. That is also explained in one of the video. Okay, you can see the video also. Maybe the past, maybe the last demo video, you can see it here where they've explained the architecture as well. So you'll get an idea of what if you want to really want to use the architecture. You can also see the architecture diagram. So whatever I've drawn it, that complete diagram is explained in one of the video. You can go to Career IT YouTube channel. You'll get a lot of knowledge over there where we have put the demo videos. First 3-4 classes will be there where you get a knowledge. You can just research. Okay, you'll get some idea about it. Right. So go to our YouTube channel. You'll get there as well the content. Okay, even the technical diagram and that we demo is uploaded. They'll upload this demo as well This demo also will go live, okay, in some time. But if you want to check, you can check my previous demos will also be there. You can just go through that initial classes as well, right? So, thanks for joining, guys. Okay, have a good day. Bye-bye.